ever found yourself questioning your faith, wondering why belief in God sometimes feels like a distant dream? In a world filled with doubt and uncertainty, the struggle to reconcile our beliefs with the challenges of everyday life can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking a deeper, more vibrant faith lies not in the absence of questions, but in embracing them? Today, we delve into the heart of 8 common reasons why belief in God falters, exploring each with curiosity and compassion. Join us on a journey of discovery as we uncover the truths that can reignite your spiritual flame and lead you to a more profound understanding of God's presence in your life. Are you ready to embark on this transformative journey? Reason 1. Lack of tangible experience. One of the most heartfelt reasons people find themselves doubting or questioning their belief in God is the lack of a tangible, physical experience of His presence. It's human nature to trust in what we can see, touch, and understand directly. When it comes to faith, this desire for tangible evidence can leave us feeling uncertain and disconnected. Imagine for a moment that faith is like the wind. You can't see it, you can't hold it in your hands. But you feel its presence, the cool breeze on a hot day, the rustling leaves in a quiet forest. Just because we can't see the wind doesn't mean we deny its existence. Similarly, God's presence in our lives might not always be visible in the way we expect, but it can be felt in countless small moments if we only pay attention. Consider the times when a sudden sense of peace has washed over you during a difficult moment, or when an unexpected kindness from a stranger seemed to be just what you needed. These are the subtle ways in which God can make His presence known to us. It's in the everyday miracles, the moments of serenity amidst chaos, and the acts of love we experience or witness that we can find the tangible signs of God's love and existence. But recognizing these signs requires a shift in our perception. Instead of waiting for grand, undeniable proof of God's existence, we're invited to tune into the small, everyday evidences of His work in our lives and the world around us. By opening our hearts and minds to these experiences, we can begin to feel the presence of God in a way that is as real and tangible as the wind. Reason 2. Misunderstandings about God. At times, the reason behind our struggle to believe in God stems from misunderstandings about His very nature. Many of us, at one point or another, have viewed God through a lens clouded by misconceptions. Perhaps we've seen Him as too distant, too judgmental, or indifferent to our lives. These views can distort our understanding and hinder our relationship with Him. It's important to challenge these misconceptions by returning to the basics of what the Bible teaches us about God. Scripture reveals God as loving, compassionate, and always present. He is described as a father who runs to welcome his lost son home, not a stern judge waiting to punish us at our first mistake. This image of God as loving and forgiving is central to deepening our faith. Consider for a moment a time when you've misunderstood someone's intentions, only to later discover their true, caring motives. Just as our relationships with others can be healed and deepened through understanding and communication, our relationship with God can grow stronger as we learn more about His true nature. God's unchanging nature is to love us, to seek a relationship with us, and to be involved in our lives. Embracing this understanding of God can transform our faith journey. He is not distant or indifferent. He is loving and actively working for our good. By dispelling the myths and embracing the truth of God's character, we open ourselves to a more profound personal relationship with Him, marked by trust and love. Reason 3. Influence of science and rational thought. In today's world, science and rational thought hold significant sway in shaping our beliefs and understanding of the universe. For some, this emphasis on empirical evidence and logical reasoning can create a perceived rift between the realms of faith and science. However, this doesn't have to be the case. Both faith and science can coexist, offering us a fuller understanding of existence and the divine. Science, in its essence, seeks to unravel the mysteries of the universe, from the vastness of galaxies to the intricacies of DNA. It's a pursuit of knowledge that, rather than disproving God, can actually highlight the marvels of His creation. Consider the complexity of life, the beauty of a sunset, or the laws that govern the cosmos. All of these can be seen as reflections of God's creativity and mastery. Think of it this way: appreciating a beautiful painting doesn't diminish the role of the artist. Similarly, understanding the scientific workings of the world only enhances our appreciation for the Creator's handiwork. The sense of awe we feel when we gaze at the stars or learn about the wonders of nature can be a form of worship, an acknowledgement of the incredible mind behind it all. Faith encourages us to seek truth and wisdom, qualities that are also fundamental to scientific inquiry. By embracing both, we allow ourselves a richer, more nuanced understanding of our world and the one who created it. Let us be curious. Let us marvel at the wonders of creation, and let this drive us closer to the Creator, not further away. Reason 4. Negative experiences with religious institutions. For many, the journey of faith is not just a personal path between them and God, but also involves interactions with religious institutions. Unfortunately, negative experiences within these institutions, be it from judgment, hypocrisy, or even abuse, can profoundly impact one's belief in God. It's crucial to acknowledge these wounds and understand how they can affect our perception of God. It's important to differentiate between the actions of fallible humans and the perfect nature of God. Human institutions, even religious ones, are made up of imperfect people who sometimes make grave mistakes. These errors can lead to pain and disillusionment, but they do not reflect God's character or His intentions for us. God is love, and His desire is for healing, forgiveness, and reconciliation, not for harm or judgment. If you've been hurt by a religious institution, know that your pain is valid, but also know that this pain does not have to be the end of your spiritual journey. Many have found healing and a deeper, more genuine faith by separating the imperfections of human-led organizations from the perfection of God. It's a journey of rediscovery, of learning to see God for who He truly is, beyond the confines of human error. Seeking a supportive and healthy community that reflects the true nature of God's love can be a significant step toward healing. These communities exist and can offer a space where faith is nurtured through kindness, understanding, and genuine fellowship, helping to mend the bridge between individual belief and collective worship. Reason 5. Peer influence and cultural pressure. In a world that increasingly values independence and skepticism, peer influence and cultural pressure can significantly impact our beliefs, including our faith in God. The desire to fit in or to align with the prevailing cultural norms can make it challenging to maintain or openly express one's faith, especially when it seems counter to the popular viewpoint. This struggle isn't just about choosing between belief and disbelief. It's also about the courage to stand firm in one's convictions amidst a sea of differing opinions. It requires the strength to explore and embrace faith, even when it goes against the grain of societal expectations or the views of those we hold dear. However, this journey doesn't have to be a solitary one. Throughout history, many have found profound strength and deeper belief by embracing their faith despite external pressures. Their stories remind us that it's not only possible to hold onto our beliefs in the face of opposition, but that doing so can lead to a more robust and authentic faith. It's essential to find a community or a group of like-minded individuals who can offer support, understanding, and encouragement. Such connections can provide a safe space to express doubts, ask questions, and grow in faith. Furthermore, personal conviction, fortified by thoughtful reflection and prayer, can lead to a more resilient and personal relationship with God. Remember, the journey of faith is personal and unique to each individual. It's a path defined not by the absence of doubt or external pressure, but by the continuous pursuit of understanding, the courage to ask questions, and the willingness to trust in God's guidance through it all. Reason 6. Unanswered prayers. Dealing with unanswered prayers is a profound challenge for many believers. It can shake the foundations of our faith, leaving us to wonder why our pleas seem to go unnoticed by God. This struggle is deeply personal and can lead to feelings of abandonment or doubts about God's care for us. However, it's essential to understand that God's silence does not equal absence or indifference. The nature of prayer is not always about receiving what we ask for in the moment, but about deepening our relationship with God, who sees the bigger picture of our lives. Sometimes, what we perceive as unanswered prayers are actually answers in disguise, guiding us towards outcomes we hadn't imagined, but that ultimately serve our highest good. Consider the analogy of a parent and child. A child may ask for something they believe is good for them, but the parent, seeing the bigger picture, chooses a different path they know is better in the long run. Similarly, God, in His wisdom, may not grant our requests exactly as we envision them, but He is always working in our lives, guiding us towards growth and goodness. During these times of waiting or seemingly unanswered prayers, trust becomes paramount. Trusting in God's timing and plans for us requires faith not just in His power, but in His profound love for us. Embracing this trust can transform our spiritual journey, turning moments of doubt into opportunities for growth, deeper understanding, and an even stronger bond with God. Reason 7. Desire for independence. A significant barrier to belief in God for many is the innate human desire for independence. This yearning to chart our own paths and control our destinies can often conflict with the concept of surrendering to a higher power. It's a struggle between wanting to be the master of our fate and acknowledging that there may be a divine plan at play, one that requires us to relinquish control. This tension is not merely about giving up freedom. Rather, it's about discovering a deeper form of liberty that comes from trust in God. Surrendering to God doesn't mean losing our identity or our ability to make choices. Instead, it offers a freeing perspective that we are not alone in navigating the complexities of life. There is profound peace and reassurance in believing that, even in our most challenging moments, we are guided and supported by a loving God. The act of surrendering to God can be likened to floating in water. The more we struggle and strive to stay afloat by our own efforts, the more challenging it can be. But when we relax and trust the water to hold us, we find a buoyancy we didn't know was possible. Similarly, trusting in God's plan allows us to navigate life's challenges with a sense of peace and confidence, knowing we are supported. It takes courage to let go and trust in something beyond ourselves, but the journey towards doing so can be incredibly rewarding. It opens us up to a relationship with God that is rich with guidance, strength, and an understanding that, in surrender, we find true freedom and security. Reason 8. Lack of spiritual discipline. One often overlooked reason for struggling to believe in God is the lack of spiritual discipline in our lives. Just as physical fitness requires regular exercise and healthy eating, spiritual well-being necessitates consistent practice of spiritual disciplines like prayer, meditation, reading scripture, or other forms of worship. Without these practices, our connection to God can feel distant or non-existent, leading to doubts about His presence. Incorporating spiritual disciplines into our daily routine isn't about fulfilling obligations or earning favor with God. It's about opening channels of communication with the divine, nurturing our souls, and allowing space for God to work in our lives. These practices help to ground us, providing a foundation of faith that can withstand life's challenges and uncertainties. Starting or enhancing a spiritual routine doesn't have to be overwhelming. Begin with small, manageable commitments, perhaps a few moments of prayer each day, meditating on a Bible verse, or simply sitting in silence, inviting God's presence. Over time, these moments can become a cherished part of your day, deepening your relationship with God and strengthening your faith. Remember, the goal of spiritual discipline is not perfection, but persistence. It's about continually coming back, seeking God, and allowing each practice to draw you closer to Him. This consistency can transform your spiritual life, turning what once felt like an obligation into a source of strength, peace, and connection with God. Engaging in these disciplines allows us to experience God's presence more fully, reaffirming our faith and belief in Him. And there we have it, our journey through the 8 reasons why you might struggle with belief in God. It's our hope that this exploration has not only illuminated some of the challenges, but also offered paths towards deeper understanding and faith. Remember, questioning and seeking are part of the journey to a more profound personal relationship with God. We would love to hear from you. Which of these reasons resonated with you the most? Or perhaps you've experienced a different challenge in your faith journey. Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Let's create a community of support and encouragement right here on Heavenly Helps. If this video has touched you, or you think it might benefit someone you know, please share it. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content. Your engagement helps us reach more people searching for guidance and support in their faith. Together, we can continue to build a space of understanding, hope, and encouragement. Thank you for spending this time with us, and remember, you're not walking this path alone. We're here, and so is God every step of the way. Until next time, stay blessed and keep seeking. Peace be with you all.